I didn't actually do that, please forgive me. Woo! This has been a busy week. Busy enough that I'm ditching the day-by-day format again and just gonna tell you what I've gotten done this week. I've decided that instead of the chaotic mess that was the last video, I'm gonna try to make transitions between different segments of what I did. So I started by sweeping up and polishing some of the weird, older story bits, clearing up contradictions and whatnot, as well as making it comedic. I won't tell exactly what's going on, but after you talk to Chris like I showed in the last video, you go for a little ride with the ghost and he takes an 8-sentence exposition dump on you and then essentially says, "Hey, you're not good at this game, so, like, you should do this for me and get better." And you're like, "So, side quest?" And he's like, "No, just a quest on the side." And you're like, "Oh, of course, my bad." He takes you to this island and says that you need to go fight this crab dude because all my homies hate crab dudes. And the crab dude says, "No," and you say, "Okay," and then you fight. I'll go into this fight later, so stick around. But then when/if you win, he goes, "Oh dear, you're good." And you go, "Okay," and leave to the Crystal Cavern. As far as story goes, this part was mostly to add some background with the ghost and get you familiar with him, as well as demonstrate how the different color faction leaders can use their powers, as the crab man actually has a small fragment of the deep sea blue shard that you get after battling. Alright, moving on. The newest stuff is mainly based on story, so there's not as much gameplay as the first area I did. However, there is my new favorite boss battle with my new favorite song as part of this random side quest. Here's a bit of the battle. Also, the music is by Dominic, the other Plasma member, doing Little Shell's Adventure. Blah, 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 go check him out. He's really cool. This was such a fun boss battle to make. I was able to get very creative with the attacks and animations. As you can see, after the crab does a rave, it shoots out these homing fish, which is a first for the game. This is the first somewhat difficult boss because I'm trying to make the difficulty curve as friendly as possible. However, after this boss, it is going to get quite a bit more difficult. This was the part I had the most fun making this week. I spent about 30 minutes just cranking out all of the artwork and animations for this section, and it was a lot of fun. You can see the beach is fairly small, but I think that's what gives it its charm. I was going to make it bigger, but since it's not a super important part of the game, I decided to keep it small for scope reasons. Want to know what is super important, though? Being an epic Plasma gamer. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend that if you favor keeping your liver, you subscribe to the Plasma Studios channel. And it's fun, too! My favorite parts of the beach is these trees and the crabs running around. It just feels so much more alive than the swamp, and that's by design. The swamp is completely abandoned compared to everywhere else in the game, and I'm trying to make it seem as alive as possible everywhere else. We've gotten some super sweet music this week from good old Big Shell Man. Here's some tracks. I'm super happy with all the music, and you should share your opinion of them in the comments. That's right, I've started work and pretty much completed setting up the Steam page. As of right now, as I'm recording this, it's in review, but after it's up, I'm going to put it in the description. So if it is up, why not give it a wish list? Also, I started work on a Plasma Studios website, so some fun stuff. I hope this video has kind of demonstrated what actually goes into making a game. I know there's a lot of stuff that some people don't see or maybe don't think about, so maybe this can be helpful to them. Obviously, it's very helpful actually having someone help me. Having Dominic make the music with me is very beneficial because it means I can focus on other more important parts of the game that are more difficult to do. I can put my time into the difficult things. As well as he's been helping me with some of the sprite work, like with the crabs here. As you can see, they're not necessarily heavily inspired, they're basically just a direct clone from the crabs in his game. That's because this part is supposed to be like a little beach area that is kind of in reference to his game. He's also going to be putting this crab dude in his game, so lots of fun stuff. But thank you to everyone who watched, and make sure to subscribe and join the Discord. Later, nerds.